AI app builders are still kind of a new, fresh thing, but there are already so many of them that we're getting the top 10, top 14, probably soon top 100 AI builders they say you must try before breakfast. Look, I'm not going to do that and waste your time. I've tested lots and lots of these builders so that you don't have to. And from all the available options, I handpicked the 3 best AI app builders that stood out to me for different reasons. The ones that made the cut for me are Hostinger Horizons, Base44, and Bubble. Each of them met all the requirements I set. Firstly, the AI app builder had to have a real-time preview that shows changes while the app is being built. It also had to automatically build both the app interface and backend logic, because otherwise you would need to code. Having version control is very important for app builders too, so that you can track changes and restore previous versions if something goes south. Built-in hosting was another thing that was a must for me. It's simply much more convenient to have a builder and hosting all in one. API integrations are another must-have. With them, you can connect payment service providers like Stripe to receive payments easily once your app starts making money. Of course, API is also useful for other things too, like connecting emails or databases. And the last requirement is security, which goes without saying, but I have to list it anyway. To make the cut, these app builders needed to have user authentication with real logins and sign-up systems, as well as security features including SSL encryption, cloud protection, and secure infrastructure. You'd be surprised how many app builders got filtered out due to these no-brainer requirements, but here we are. If that's all you need to know about my top picked AI builders, grab any of these 3 with the biggest discount available by clicking the link in the description. So now that we know the basis for my app builder recommendations, I can now talk about the differences between each provider. Starting with my Hostinger review, which is probably the most universal AI app builder right now because it doesn't really feel like a standalone AI tool. It's much more like a full launch ecosystem that uses AI extremely well. Many AI builders can generate a quick app concept, but Horizons does a much better job of helping you actually turn that idea into a working public project people can actually use. The main reason for that is that Hostinger already has years of hosting infrastructure behind it, so they have a deployment experience advantage. Things like domains, SSL, cloud hosting, uptime reliability, and even business email are already integrated into the platform from the very beginning. And those things matter because building the app is usually only half the battle. With many AI builders, actually launching it becomes messy. Horizons is also very flexible in the kind of projects that you can build. It works well for websites with app functionality, software as a service dashboards, client portals, booking systems, AI web apps, minimal viable products, and even internal business tools. So it's not locked into one narrow use case, meaning every project won't eventually start looking the same. If you have no idea how to build an app with AI, Horizons is going to be great for you. The prompting experience is super beginner-friendly. You can build using text, voice, or image prompts, and the platform keeps updating the app live. And that conversational workflow makes the process feel much less intimidating. You don't have to be jumping between editors, settings, and deployment tools trying to figure out what broke. Another thing that I like is that Horizons has a lot of AI features already built directly into the platform. You can add AI chatbots, assistants, and image generation. You don't have to deal with separate API settings, which is fantastic for beginners. It even includes automatic AI bug fixing during development, plus one-click version restore if something goes wrong. Usually, no-code AI app builder options that come with hosting just lock you in their ecosystems without an option to export code, so you can't leave them and your app is stuck there forever. That's not Horizons though. With Horizons, you can export your app's code at any time. Plus, you can use Horizons with GitHub. Now, don't get me wrong, Horizons isn't perfect. Its biggest limitation is that it doesn't focus much on true native mobile deployment. Your apps are mobile responsive, but you don't get direct native iOS and Android exports like you do with Base44. Still, for web apps, dashboards, and websites with app functionality, Hostinger Horizons offers the strongest mix of AI simplicity, infrastructure, affordability, and real-world usability. And maybe they're just not that afraid that you're going to leave because Horizons is actually reasonably priced compared to other best AI app builder options. Their pricing is mainly based on monthly AI credits. The cheaper plans are already enough for smaller projects, MVPs, simple business tools, or just experimenting with ideas, while the higher tiers mostly give you more credits and advanced capabilities. But whichever plan you choose, don't pay full price. Grab the biggest discount by scanning this QR code or clicking the link in the description. Alright, before starting to cover Base44, I already spilled that you get direct native exports to iOS and Android with this provider, but that's not the only Base44 advantage. So let's get into a Base44 review next and see what else this one has to offer. Now, this bad boy feels the most optimized around the actual AI app building experience. Out of all the builders in this comparison, and probably all the ones I've tested too, it has the smoothest prompting workflow and the strongest default visual quality. I immediately noticed how polished the generated interfaces look. So that's the thing about Base44 that makes it stand out. It naturally combines AI prompting with visual editing. A lot of the AI builders still force you into this annoying cycle where every small change means regenerating huge parts of the app. You know when you want to change just a button, but then the app gets changed and the button is almost the same? Not with Base44. And honestly, the speed here is probably the best out of all the contenders. The live preview workflow feels extremely responsive. I rarely need to clean up fixes after changing something. Feature-wise, Base44 is also doing some very ambitious things around AI automation. For example, there's a cool super agents feature. These agents can handle things like scheduling, monitoring emails, notifications, workflows, and automations without you having to interact all the time. It also integrates directly with platforms like WhatsApp and Telegram, and yeah, that means users can converse with AI agents through normal chat conversations instead of opening up a separate app or website every time. What may start as a small project can quickly grow beyond the AI builder itself. If that happens, you'll be glad that you built your app with Base44. And that's because it has one of the strongest code ownership systems in this space right now. It comes with full source code export and direct GitHub integration. The one-click GitHub push makes handoffs to developers much smoother. So overall, this is the best builder in this comparison when it comes to moving projects outside the platform. The pricing model works a little differently compared to other app builders because Base44 uses two separate credit systems. Message credits are used during the actual AI building process when you're generating features and fixing other things with prompts. Then there are the integration credits, which are used after the app is deployed to perform actions such as AI requests, email automations, or integration interactions. However, there are of course limitations even with Base44. While it scales surprisingly well, it is still more AI first than enterprise first. Platforms like Bubble offer deeper backend logic and workflow complexity for massive long-term enterprise systems. But if your priorities are prompting speed, visual quality, and mobile deployment, Base44 is my top recommendation. Grab it at the lowest price by scanning this QR code or clicking the link in the description. Yes, it's no coincidence I just mentioned Bubble, because I'm doing a quick Bubble AI review next. Unlike Hostinger Horizons and Base44, Bubble is much less about instant AI-generated convenience and much more about giving you a no-code apps development environment that you can scale into long-term products. The AI mainly helps generate the initial structure of the app, but that's of course not the main strength of Bubble. It excels at building advanced workflows, backend systems, automations, databases, and custom business logic manually. Because of that, Bubble clearly has a steeper learning curve than Base44 or Horizons. It's just not the kind of platform where you'll prompt your way to a finished product in an afternoon. But the trade-off is flexibility and scale. Bubble is far better suited for complex marketplaces, booking platforms, enterprise dashboards, internal workflow tools, and so on. You know, the things that need deeper back-end control over time. It offers some of the strongest infrastructure in this space with advanced workflow automation, powerful database management, enterprise-grade API integrations, a massive plugin ecosystem, scalable back-end logic, and deep UI customization. Besides that, it has a similar GitHub integration support to Base44. So yeah, it's way more difficult to use, but that doesn't mean you can't learn. It has a massive community and extensive tutorials and even Bubble Academy. Plus, it comes with one of the largest plugin marketplaces of any no-code app builder. That said, besides a steep learning curve, there is another downside to consider. Unlike Hostinger Horizons and Base44, Bubble still doesn't support direct code export. And another con might be pricing. Well, at least if compared to Horizons. But if your goal is building large, workflow-heavy applications rather than launching quickly, it's worth it, especially with my Bubble discount that you can get by scanning this QR code or by clicking the link in the description. So that covers my best AI app builders comparison. If you're still not sure which one to use to build your app, Hostinger Horizons has the best all-around ecosystem and is especially great for beginners. Base44 is an AI-native building experience, and Bubble is best for scalable and complex applications. But whichever you choose, don't pay the full price and use my discounts from the description. Thanks for watching, and may you build something truly amazing. See you around.